Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Healing Arts Emporium. And this is our Taurus season reading. So if you are a Taurus, it's a very special reading because you can choose between 6 piles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, you don't have to be a Taurus. But I always thought that it would be more specific if you gave the signs a little bit of a choice here. It could be Taurus sun, moon, rising, or just feeling that Taurus vibe right now. So go ahead and take a moment to pick a pile, and then we'll move on into pile number 1. All right. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this dice with the 10 of diamonds, this is your reading. And I've pre-shuffled for each pile. Let's see what you've got. We've got the full moon for the African spirituality deck. Interesting. I'm already seeing a theme of completion with the 10 here. Almost like financial completion or some kind of material completion, and then the full moon here. Something has come into fullness. Let's see what you've got for your love reading. Mice, letter, and in the Patch Tarot you've got destruction. It's an interesting and fun deck. Seems like there's been a little bit of conflict here and a little bit of a blockage when it comes to communication. Seems like maybe some kind of irritation. 2 of Pentacles reversed. 4 of Pentacles reversed. King of Wands. 5 of Pentacles reversed. Page of Wands, the Strength. It's an interesting, with the lions up there. Seems like you've had a lot of mental strength and actually, let's pull all the cards before I begin really getting into it. 6 of Pentacles reversed, the Moon, 7 of Cups. Sorry for that long pause there. I really had to sort of collect myself, sit down. I just felt like there was a lot that I was looking at here. Normally my mind works a little bit faster, but I could be wrong, and if this does not resonate with you, of course, maybe this isn't your pile. You could try another pile, try another reader, but I'm feeling like you're coming out of the energy of feeling left out of something. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that this is over. It's looking like a lot went on here. A lot of difficult choices had to have been made, and ultimately the choice that was made was perhaps to dissolve a love situation here. It just seems like you're coming out, like maybe it's been a little while with the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and it's not as fresh. And the Moon, maybe there was it left you with a lot of mystery and a lot to think about at the end of the day. It's just feeling like a lot really happened here. Maybe I'm just feeling like with choices and irritation and blocked messages, I am seeing that you're strong, mentally strong, strong in the heart, and eternally with yourself, you have the strength and love within you, and you're fine. But it's almost like illusions for you have gone away. I really feel like this situation, if I feel that you're thinking of a specific person when it comes to love, and it's been a little while, then you've processed a lot that did go on in your love life with maybe one particular person in the past. And there was a sense that you had to sort of let go and choose something that was hard. And now you're in a space where you're kind of ready to see what comes next, but it's sort of those first baby steps there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's just feeling like you're not confused. You came out of something that was heavy, something that left you with a lot to chew on, a lot to think about. And it's almost like a sense of like who you were in that more childlike thought, in that more naive sort of way of thinking is gone. Like maybe you've grown from whatever your love situation was in the past. You're not quite in this pain and conflict anymore, but you understand, and you did learn and glean a lot from that experience, from the experiences you did have with love or with dating or with a specific relationship. And there's a lot that you haven't figured out yet, but you're ready to move to the next, move to a new situation. Maybe you're thinking about being more open. Let's see what you've got for the I Ching. Number 4. You've got hexagram number 4. So let's see what that energy is there. Youthful folly, mountain above and water below. In the inexperienced, person seeks a teacher. That's very interesting. The inexperienced person seeks a teacher. So this is something where you're coming, yeah, that does kind of track that. Maybe you're getting back into this part of your life with more humility, in the light of everything that you've learned. And maybe it's been so much to think about that you're not really in a phase of knowing exactly what's going on, but you know what happened, and it's been a lot. But you've gained so much wisdom. There's a lot that you're still chewing on. So go slow. It's encouraging, yes, like be a little more open, like trust yourself. You've got the strength and you've got the love. A lot did go on in the past, and you did have to make some big grown-up decisions. But, you know, it's not beating you down. It's not beating you down too much, and it's okay for you to love. I guess this is more of like a sort of a message to stay humble, but not be too closed off, and it's okay. Oh, Ganesha. Clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. I was actually just thinking about the word obstacle. And with the mice, I'm just feeling like a sense of irritation with whatever the past or maybe current love situation, with what it has been. But Ganesha is the remover of obstacles, and the one who puts the obstacles there for your own good, for your own learning and lessons. And this hexagram number 4 is a call to learn from a teacher with humility. So my advice here with your love life and your love situation is to take all of this confusing and deep mystery with all these things you've learned that's kind of weighing heavily on you, maybe bothering you quite a bit, to take it as a lesson. Take the people that come into your life and the situations that come into your life as lessons. Don't be so hard on yourself. Maybe it's time for you to sort of seek a teacher, learn something new, take a new class, or learn from a spiritual teacher, whatever that means for you. Not be so focused on waiting for people to maybe not so focused on waiting for a lover to text you or whatever it might be, a person to come through for you, because it looks like you've had some stubborn people in your past and you've had to let go of a lot of things and make hard choices, and it's almost like things used to be more confusing for you before you had as much experience as you have now, but things have become more clear to you. Things are very clear and you've come into such a maturity, and it almost feels like you have always sort of been mature like this. I could be wrong, but you have had a deep maturity to you, and now you can take all that you've harvested and all that you've learned, fully living in the power of the universe. Yeah, that you're ready to just go out there and create and do and be, and take all of, maybe if you're dating, I'm feeling that maybe you're out there dating, take each person as a learning experience, as a teacher, and take it in stride, and don't necessarily go in knowing that, like thinking this is going to be my person, but rather with an open mind that I'm learning and I'm coming from a place of a humble authenticity. So yeah, let's get you maybe some messages before we go. It's a beautiful reading right here. No beliefs. Interesting. No beliefs. Spirituality. Whoa. Huh. I wonder what that means for you. Type B. I would look up type B person. Maybe you're a type B person. Maybe the person that you're, the type of people that you're drawn to dating or being with, or the person you're with is type B. Mother. Religion. How did all three of those come out? No beliefs, spirituality, religion. Yes, this is feeling very spiritual. This is feeling very much like your love life and your spirituality are very closely connected right now, especially with the Ganesha popping up. That maybe it's time to maybe meditate, or take up some breathing techniques and learn how to get rid of those thoughts and those things that are buzzing around in your mind, that are irritating you, that are clouding you. And it's time to, like I said, with all of this humility, learn from life with humility. Maybe it's either time to let go of old beliefs or develop beliefs and come back to your spirituality, or move away from a spirituality that is no longer growing you, and find something deeper. This might be a call to your religion, or it could be a call to doing those things every day that are rituals for you, such as self-care, like I said, meditation, or taking a walk in the park with your pet, or whatever it might be. So yeah, I hope that you gleaned something from this reading. This has been a very grounded, very, very, I know it didn't really see any lovers here, but it's feeling very much like when you get this, then it's going to help you open up with that love life in the way that you want it to as well. All right, let's move over to pile number 2. Okay, welcome pile number 2 to your Taurus love reading. If you chose this cute little pig, then this is your reading. So I've pre-shuffled. Let's see what you've got. You got number 4. Those who deny reality will always live a distrustful life. Interesting. Those who deny reality will always live a distrustful life. You've got the fish and the clover. And from the Patch Tarot, the 9 of Discs, which is the 9 of Pentacles. And from the Rider-Waite, you've got the Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, this is already looking so different than pile number 1. The World, Nine of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups. Looking like you've already got a couple of options here with your love life. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse. And King of Pentacles. So let me just take a moment to feel out the energy, and then I'll let you know what I'm feeling. So what I'm getting here is that you are doing all right on your own. I'm not necessarily saying that you're single. This is a love reading. But you could already be in a relationship. Who knows? Sometimes people watch love readings even when they're not single, just to see what's going on here. Seems like recently, or in this moment, you've had to make a lot, or maybe you have to make a choice. I feel like there's some people here competing for you already. You're someone in their power, someone with a lot going for them. Maybe you're doing really well in life, at work, and yeah, just you're doing pretty good right now. You stand on your own pretty well. You're disciplined, you're intelligent, maybe you've got a lot going for you at work, and it's feeling like you have everything that you need already. You're kind of lucky. You have an abundance of opportunities, even more opportunities than you're seeing here, even more choices. It seems like you've got quite a few choices with people here, but there's even more if you want them, like that are coming, that are just always coming at you. Maybe you're not feeling like that, but I see you're a person who's always going to have options, who's pretty lucky in that area, and that you kind of already have everything you could ever want, but almost too much. Like maybe it's overwhelming you. Maybe there's a lot of, maybe you're wanting to come out of a time of emotional immaturity. Maybe you've had relationships with people who were a little bit emotionally immature, and maybe a little bit more impulsive and fun, but maybe this is kind of like you're suffering from success here with all these options. I just see so many people. We got this King of Pentacles here. We've got this Knight of Cups again over here. Oh, we got the Page, we got the Knight of Cups, we've got the King of Pentacles, we've got the Queen of Cups. It just feels like you're drowning in people's interest and in people's love, and I almost feel like this King of Cups is you, though, where you're very materially steady, reliable. You're established. So far, I'm feeling like this is your situation. If it's resonating with you, that you're lucky, that you have choices, that you have options, and that you'll even have options coming. And with those who deny reality will always live a distrustful life. Maybe you're a little bit in denial with yourself, like about where you're at, that you've done, like with how well you're doing, with how much you do have going for you, and maybe you're being like a little bit too humble about it, in the way where, you know, people, they're being a little bit too modest, and maybe you're kind of blocking moving forward because you don't know what to do next. Maybe you fear something that might happen that's unexpected, that you wouldn't like, that might go wrong, and so you're kind of sitting in limbo, not really taking anyone's offer as fully as you could, because you're kind of doing great on your own. You are stable on your own. You also understand your own feelings and emotions. It just feels like you have to make a choice, and the choice has been uncomfortable. Let's pull more cards. Let's see if this is resonating. Hexagram number 16. Yeah, maybe you're having some trust issues with people, because you just don't want to be with someone distrustful. You want to be with someone who aligns. Let's see. Hexagram number 16. Euthanism. Thunder above, earth below. Thunder emerges from the earth. Music inspires enthusiasm. Effective leaders do not seek to shape opinion or change minds, but rather they rouse popular sentiment into real action. Like rolling thunder, music can open a mystical gateway to emotions that draw people together with a united heart. The people then rise in enthusiasm for a cause, an undertaking, or even war. So maybe music is significant. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe the people interested in you, maybe you met them through music somehow, or in a place with music is where you're meeting people. Zen garden, inner sanctuary. Yes, so I'm getting the sense that you're comfortable. You're comfortable where you're at in life. You have what you need. Maybe you just have a great situation that's stable at home, and you're comfortable with yourself. And this concept of letting people come in and give you offers and try to date you, maybe try to take a chance on you romantically. Maybe you're just not sure if you want someone to come in and mess with your peace at the moment, because that's unpredictable, and maybe you are overflowing with blessings and predictability, and your life is kind of flowing nicely, or you're trying to make it flow nicely right now, and letting people in, inviting people in might complicate things. And you don't want another emotionally immature person. You are way more developed emotionally than the cards here, than the people that are coming in. You're more stable. Maybe a lot of the people here, and this also spoke about leadership, this hexagram, like maybe you're very much a leader and you need someone more at that caliber with you. It's almost like you've been through this rodeo before. You've seen a few things, you know a few things. You've had some life experiences, many cycles in life that have come to a close. And you're very lucky, and there's plenty of fish in the sea. It's so funny. So to let someone else in would be kind of risking disrupting your peace. Please let me know if it's resonating. Even with the pig is abundance. The little sweet, happy, fat pig. Maybe it just takes you a while to trust, and that's honestly valid. Let's get some messages to see any confirmations or any people, whoever these people are. I totally get it. That's valid that you wouldn't just want anyone to be in your garden. It seems like you've curated carefully with self-discipline and the way that you want to live, and you want to be a little bit more discerning about who's entering. No, it feels like you're not ready to date right now. Like you're saying no, you're turning people down. Why? I think that these are the people who are trying to be with you, and they're like, why? Why not? I will show up. It seems like you want someone reliable, someone who will show up. Despite all this noise of people, you're saying, no, I don't want you, I want something stable, specific. You want someone who's really going to show up and be at your caliber. And these people, maybe there's someone in particular who's trying to mature. Maybe in the past, if it's one person, maybe in the past they were being emotionally mature, and they're trying to show you that they have grown a little bit. Maybe they've apologized. Maybe they've tried to say, I'm doing better. But, you know, you're a little bit more emotionally developed, maybe, than your options right now. And maybe your suitors or whoever's in your life romantically, they want to know why it's hard to break through your barriers. this is not a message that's screaming to let your guard down necessarily. Those who deny reality will always live a distrustful life. You just see things like they are. You're looking at reality and what you need in the physical. You need someone who's going to show up, because you definitely will be or are the type of partner who shows up. So you're keeping up your boundaries and waiting on that. And if that takes you a long time, it seems like where you're at is where you're at, and it's good. And it's good. And I guess the final message here then, thunder above, earth below. It's just a lot's going on in your head and in your thought space maybe, but you stay grounded even in those more stormy mental moments. You want someone who's really going to rise to the occasion and go to war for you, and someone who's going to be a leader. So I think that the message here is maybe listen to the type of music that you like. Maybe listen to music and just keep doing what you're doing. And it's okay that you want someone who's going to be a leader like you, not someone who's just all talk and popular, but someone who's really going to show up for you. So yeah, connect to yourself through music, connect to your emotions through music. Maybe go places, maybe go dancing, go somewhere where there's music, connect with new people, allow new people to come in to your life, be open to don't just settle for the people already here. They're fine, they're nice and whatever, but I think you know that they're not who you're looking for, and that you could, it's okay to branch out a little bit. You don't have to say yes to people and be pressured if you're not into it. All right, let's move on to pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your Taurus season love reading. If you chose this big heart charm, then this is your reading. Let's see what we pulled here. I pre-shuffled each pile. You've got the joy of life is seen through the eyes of innocence. The dog. And with the Patch Tarot, we've got the Way, Trust, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Oh, that's kind of seeming similar here with the 6 of Cups. With a friendship vibe, a childhood innocence vibe. I'm already seeing that maybe you've walked away from into a new emotional path. I always notice that these cups that this person's walking away from, they're full of something valuable, something emotionally valuable that they have accumulated, but they're choosing to walk away to find what's missing there. Trust, and the dog there reminds me of loyalty and a new opportunity. Let's get some more cards. And innocence, I'm sensing, it's feeling very positive. King of Pentacles, no, Knight of Pentacles reversed, 8 of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands, 2 of Wands, the Tower in reverse, the 4 of Swords in reverse. Seems like recently you're coming out of some things you're still sort of healing from. You're just now having a little bit more of a lightened mental load after maybe something that you had wanted to be loyal, to build and be dependable, something that you wanted to be dependable for, someone who you wanted to show up for you and build something steadily, didn't really come through in the way that you wanted. And You're just now able to, you're coming out of a time of maybe kind of hiding away and meditating on what happened there. And now you're thinking about all those choices that you had wanted to make, those plans you had wanted to make that they weren't really able to happen. It almost feels like you're feeling a little bit like your guard is still a little bit up after coming out of something that was not easy. And a major lesson here as far as love goes is, I think that the love that's for you and that's going to work out and be away from this, whatever this tower was that you have started to heal from. The worst of it is over, but you're still feeling a little beat up after the battle here. I'm not necessarily seeing a fight, but it bruised you a little bit. You had some disappointments with some plans that you made that didn't come through. This is about building trust with yourself and figuring out what was missing here by connecting to maybe the person that was in your love life before, or who this reading is about, is from your childhood or from the past, or reminded you of cycles in your childhood. And maybe it sort of bruised your desire to trust, and maybe all you wanted was some real loyalty and playfulness. I'd say follow that you're still allowed to be in that innocence, and don't let this harden you, that it's okay to let your guard down a little bit, because there is a new opportunity. There is something here. Maybe you already know, maybe you're thinking of somebody. And if not, there will be. And it's okay that you're in a time where you're kind of more to yourself, thinking on what love means to you and what you want after all of this happened and all of what you didn't want kind of revealed itself to you. The worst of it is over. And this is saying to you that it's okay to trust yourself again. It's okay to be on this journey, walking away from something that maybe you felt like was valuable, and looking toward maybe finding what you were missing in that past tower. Yeah, trust, allowing yourself to stay playful like a child, and seeing that opportunities are still coming. And your Yi Ching is number 7, hexagram number 7. Let's find out what that says. The army, earth above, water below. Water deep in the earth, power waiting to be used. So there's a lot within you there's a lot of love that you want to give and loyalty that you want to give. There's a lot that you want to offer that's within you. And it's just waiting underneath the surface. And let me read this. It seems interesting what this interpretation. The collective power of the people to defend themselves lies within the quiet populace, as water lies underground, waiting to be tapped. An army is not always active. It rises to action in times of need. A righteous cause will pull people together to work for the good of all. A wise and just leader will inspire discipline. So this is a message saying it's okay to be more to yourself and to connect with yourself and to process maybe your inner child and figure out what love means to you, and maybe journal or do things on your own here. Figuring out how you could trust yourself and find that playfulness, and that's okay. And you'll glean something from it, something valuable that will give you a seed for what will happen. That there's so much within you, even though the battle, since it was talking about war, and we got the 9 of Wands here. This battle, so to speak, happened in your recent past, but it's over. but it didn't take all the fight out of you. There's still a lot of fight in you and loyalty, and you can be trustworthy even if you made mistakes before. This didn't break you or make you into a bad person or whatever the situation was. You are still whole and discovering yourself again, and it's okay to want the things you want, and all of it will be activated in the time that it's meant to be activated in. Tree of life. Yeah. Fertility, creativity, destiny, and magical blessing. There's so much love here. This was just a necessary cycle and part of life that everyone goes through, and you're growing from it, and it's even the lessons you're learning are even healthy. It's healthy, and it's going to be all right. All right, and I think you're already feeling that way, a little bit more hopeful and positive, but maybe a little bit guarded. Let's get some messages to find out if there's any confirmation here. I don't know the right thing here. Yeah, I feel like that's you, that you're not really sure. I don't know what to do. But that's kind of the adventure of life here, is that you don't know, and it's playful. Maybe look at life through a more innocent lens and be in a more creative phase. This is too intense. Yeah, I'm really feeling like this is you, that whatever happened in your love life in that tower moment was very intense. I feel like a failure. I love you. And I'm hiding stuff. I think that, you're living your life, and maybe you're not talking about the way that you've been feeling in your love life or the things you've gone through. Maybe you've been keeping it to yourself. And maybe you feel like you failed yourself or in this past situation, and it's been so intense, and maybe you've grieved alone or processed it alone. And now you're kind of not in the worst of it anymore, but you're coming out of it, and you're not really sure what the right next move is. And so you're kind of hiding away within yourself. Yeah, going kind of on your own and discovering. I think that what you're going to find is that self-love with the I love you, with that self-love, and that truly that you do have love for yourself, that you do see these good qualities about yourself, this loyalty and this trust. And the more that you go into life with a curiosity and openness and understanding that's okay to want to hide away sometimes, it's okay to feel intense and have these feelings, but that you're still worthy, and you still can be trustworthy, and you have something to offer to other people, and that whatever this was, is it didn't take that from you. Camera cut out there, but I was just gonna say this situation actually grew you. It grew you, and it's gonna make you better in love in the future. The more that you love yourself and grow yourself in your creativity and learn yourself and are open, you're gonna draw that to you, and you're gonna find the type of love that you are, that is beautiful and good and genuine and pure in a sense. I hope that this was helpful, and I'm just sending so much gentle love and understanding to you, because I get it. And I'll let you ask one question. One question. I didn't do this for the other piles of the Magic 8 Ball. Ask a yes or no question. And in 3, 2, 1, your answer is very doubtful. So there you go. There's what Magic 8 Ball has to say there. And I'll see you in my next reading. Bye, pile number 3. Alright, if you chose this hummingbird, then this is your reading. Pile number 4. Welcome to your Taurus love reading. It seems very playful. Maybe you're very outgoing and have a lot of different friends, a lot of different social interactions. Let's find out. Waning moon. Okay. It's time to banish all evil. The Tower, the Moon, got 2 moons here. And with the Patch Tarot, you've got Reversion, okay, with the Rider-Waite, you've got Knight of Cups in reverse, the Death in reverse, not Death, sorry, 10 of Swords in reverse, and 3 of Pentacles. All right, more tarot. You got the Justice, the High Priestess in reverse, the Devil in reverse, the 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. And for your hexagram from the I Ching, you've got number 19. Let's read that. Number 19. Approach, earth above, lake below. The earth above the lake, approach and be welcomed. And the 9 of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, protection. Okay, I'm seeing a pretty big theme here. Maybe you were recently or are very outgoing. Maybe you have a lot of options. Maybe you're very playful. But it seems like it's been a lot lately, or I'm feeling like this is very like right now, but if it's the recent past, it's a time to kind of step back from that a little bit. Maybe there was a little drama with people, a lot going on. There's a tower here. It doesn't seem like a super bad tower, but maybe you were like going out on the town a lot at night. It just seems like maybe some situations here that were kind of painful, maybe a little bit toxic, kind of went down. And now you're rebuilding after all of that. You're still feeling the sting of it, but you're kind of past it, which is good. It feels that the worst of it's over, but maybe now you're kind of reversing the effects, almost like, you know, when you drink a green juice after a hangover to kind of heal after. It feels like you're kind of getting back on track, focusing more on work, focusing more on balancing yourself after maybe a couple of a little bit overly eventful times. You're moving away from breaking free of cycles that maybe were too toxic that you kept getting looped back into. This really reminds me of like when you drink a lot and party a lot and then you just decide you really need a break after that. You don't really want to go out so much after that because you need some time to recuperate. It's really feeling like that. Yeah, with the 4 of Cups, just kind of chilling, and the 4 of Pentacles. Lots of 4s, lots of moving forward, building. Maybe you're focusing more on work, focusing more on being stable and working better with other people than maybe you were in the previous, whatever this 3 of Swords situation was. It seems like you really felt the sting of a negative situation and you're just like, all right, I want to move away from that. And maybe people have been texting you and reaching out and you're just like not responding and you're not really interested at the moment. You're kind of holding on to what you have right now, kind of staying to yourself and keep playing it safe. It feels like you're avoiding, I don't know why, it's feeling like you're kind of ghosting some people, like not texting people back. That's what it really feels like right now. And I'm not saying that's bad. It's feeling necessary. It's feeling like you're just not available for play at the moment. You want to focus on things that are going to help build something more positive. Maybe you're thinking that you had a couple social interactions in your love life or having to do with your friends in your love life where you are no longer engaging for the time being with with certain types of people, and you're just kind of going more toward building, working better with people moving in the future. Maybe you're figuring out the types of people that you want to be around a little bit more instead, and what kind of relationships you want to be building. Yeah, with the fulfillment, harmony, and protection, it feels like you're protecting yourself a little bit more, and rightfully. It seems like you got your head, you've assessed, and you've got in your head what you want to do now, and you're moving away from what that was, and now you're chilling. Now you're deciding, I know what I'm going to do that's going to be healthy for me, for my heart, and for my life. Yeah, especially with the river. What was it, a river? No, it was a lake. Earth above, lake below. The earth gives shape to the lake, forming its boundaries and enabling it to deepen. Yeah, boundaries. That is a good way to put this. You now know what your boundaries are. When one is in need of guidance, approach those who embody both depth of wisdom and breadth of knowledge. Such a sage welcomes all sincere seekers without condescension or judgment. Yeah. You want to be in your love life, if there's anyone in particular you're thinking about, which it doesn't really feel like, I don't really see a lot of people here. This feels a lot more about what you want in your life now. That you're making boundaries, that you're forging. You know how lakes are kind of forged in certain little areas in the earth, and rivers are. It feels like you're creating your little boundaries here for where you want your lake to be. You want your lake to be peaceful. You're deciding to hang out with people and build with people and have teamwork in your relationships with people who have a little bit more depth and who are going to care for your heart how they should. You don't want people who are just kind of going to come in and say a lot of nice words and be a little flighty and have multiple, like be non-committal and have multiple partners and hurt you. You want someone who's got depth and who's got some substance, and who's not just going to come in and break your heart. Someone who cares about the things you're building, someone who's got a little bit more wisdom and like discernment, and yeah, with the depth, with the high priestess. You want people who are going to see the value in protecting you and what you have. And until then, you're not really open. Yeah, I feel like there are people you're avoiding texting back right now. You are done with those cycles. And you're not wanting to, it's almost like you wish that you could reverse whatever this situation was. You wish it never happened with this tower and this waning moon where it says it's time to banish all evil. It seems like you had some situations happen that you really wish just never happened, but you know what? We move forward, we move on, and you are moving into a more healthy place. Let me get some messages before we wrap it up. It's almost like you're giving yourself everything that you wish, and you know all the things that you wish and that you want and that you need. You're really focused. You know in your mind's eye what it is you need. You're just staying steady, growing, standing tall with what you know you need, and you're not going to budge there. I like this. I like the boundaries, and you're working on yourself. It's nice. I love hummingbirds. They're very social, curious creatures. Dependent, needy, interesting. You lied. Yeah. Maybe that person in the past lied. Mismatched vibes. Being around you makes me feel bad. Yeah. So being around this past situation makes you feel bad. Don't go back to it. You can feel strong in the fact that you are not going back to whatever this was. They were not completely honest. Maybe they or you were they either made you feel really needy with your needs, which actually were not needy. The right person would have met you where you were at, or they were too needy. Maybe they're like yeah, in a toxic way. Maybe they were just asking too much and needing too much and texting you all the time, and it was annoying. Friendship. Yeah, I am getting a friendship vibe, that there's like a friend group, or friends are involved here. Change, secrets, run. That boy needs therapy. And there's another crescent moon right there. Werewolf. Yeah. It's feeling like maybe there was alcohol involved here. Maybe some people not being responsible with their substances around you, or people just turning on you, changing when you got closer to them, realizing what their true colors are. And, you know, you care about fairness, and you care about the things that really matter. And maybe you took into consideration like the consequences to negative actions by people, but maybe they just kind of switched up on you. Maybe you had some people who were runners, not reliable, people who really needed to get into therapy but would never, and it was making you feel bad, and you were kind of tired of it. So you need people that you could depend on, and you know that you could depend on yourself, and that's what you're doing right now. And you're kind of lean into your friendships, and some things will come in for you, okay? These boundaries are a good thing. You don't want to be caught up with all this. It's drama. It's, you kind of feel like there's some regret here from being involved in whatever this was. But you know what? It's not irredeemable. You're fine. It's good that you stood on what was right, and you're moving forward now, okay? So let's move on to pile number 5. Welcome to your Taurus season love reading, pile number 5. If you chose this all-seeing eye charm, then this is your reading. Feeling some psychic energy there, some nice psychic energy. We've got Odie. To persist when everyone else would give up is the road to success. Birds. Gentleman. All right. From the Patch Tarot, we've got 2 of Swords. And from the Rider-Waite, the Emperor. Ace of Cups and okay, the Queen of Wands. Page of Cups. In reverse, the Magician in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Wands. The Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, the biggest thing that's standing out to me right now is the Emperor card, and to persist when everyone else would give up is the road to success. I feel that you really know and feel strongly in your third eye what you need to do with your life and what you want and what you are and are not willing to accept. I feel that this Emperor is you. And it just seems like there was a situation that left you carrying, and that you're still carrying a lot of burdens from, with friends, with lovers, maybe a love triangle, just immature energy. Yeah, and with the page of, with the King of Swords in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. It feels like you're getting over a cycle that just ended. That was a lot with a big cycle, a big life cycle that's now ended, that you're just now getting over. You didn't really create what you had wanted to in this scenario, and it still weighs heavily on you. Maybe some negative words were said, some really immature actions taken. But you're strong, and it seems like you had to make a choice, and you know, you're good in yourself. Lots of choices in this Taurus reading, a lot of decisions, and leading to maybe some disappointments in your love life. I do see maybe gossip here, or friends, people talking, but maybe people are saying good things about you, maybe putting in a good word. I don't know if you're thinking about a particular person. Seems like there might be 2 or 3 people here, but there is a main person here where there is potential. It doesn't have to be male or female, but I see it as there's a good suitor here, good potential, who's heard good things about you. I think that you have a good reputation, good head on your shoulders, but some heartache. Maybe you just came out of a long-term relationship that you had to end. I'm not necessarily seeing that kind of ending, though. No, I'm seeing a cycle maybe with friends and lovers, and maybe some thwarted plans, maybe some poorly executed plans that still weighs on you. Maybe this is still in your life. Maybe this energy is still here. And maybe it's a call to make a choice right now about what it is you want, because I feel that your heart is heavy. It seems like you're willing to do what it takes in the hard moments. I think that the advice here is to realize that sometimes it's the hard choice that is going to be more valuable and beneficial for you. So for the I Ching number 5 hexagram, let's see what it says. It says, waiting, water above, heaven below. Water rises to heaven, waiting for rain. Yeah. So maybe you haven't made a choice yet. Maybe this cycle is over with whatever just happened, and some of these characters are still here. Your heart is weighing heavy, though, and maybe it's because you're waiting with love for the next shoe to drop before, and so you have to just hold down the fort and do the hard thing by waiting, being patient and doing your thing. And maybe something happened here where there was gossip, but it just rest assured, I see here that the things that are being said about you are positive, and if there is anything negative, there are people in your corner who are defending you and not allowing gossip. And the people who really care about you, who do hear negative things, they are not listening to it. They're actually questioning whoever is talking negatively about you. If there is a person talking negatively about you, they don't believe them, and they actually feel that these people are being insecure with whatever they're saying, and they're on your side. Like, they're not just buying the people, this love interest, they're not just buying whatever is being said. Just keep being yourself, keep standing in your power, even though it's hard, and don't get involved in the drama, and it will pass. Do what you believe is right, because I do think that you have good discernment. Healing, yeah. So with the waiting, it's really this waiting period that is hard, right? That's what's hard, why it feels like you have to kind of hold it down while you're waiting for maybe the love to come in that you want. But it's okay. It's okay. The new cycle is going to come in. Healing, reconnecting with your true nature. You just have to speak more kindly to yourself. Maybe let up a little bit and allow yourself to love. Allow yourself to realize that this is going to blow over, and the choices you make are good choices, and you are a passionate, desirable, attractive person. I'm covering her because I don't know if I'm going to get flagged for nudity on the card, but you're healing in this period, and there are people, if there's a person you're thinking of who's interested, you take all the time you need. It's really okay. I know it can really suck to be waiting, but that's just kind of what these things take. They take time. It takes time. But if you're curious, you are desirable, and there are people waiting in the wings for you. They're not just listening to whatever negative things are being said, you know. Okay, I'm so mad at you. I like you as a person, personality, and soul. Father-in-law might be involved here. You are fun. Oh, that fell on the floor. Must be really fun. I look forward to seeing you. I lied. So it seems like a lot of messiness happened in this past cycle. And maybe you're feeling a little bit insecure about it and you're just feeling alone in it, and like you have to just be stoic, be strong, be ready for the battle, be ready for what's coming, and you're just trying to heal your heart. But just know that if there is a person, which I feel like there is, people and this person, love interest, looks forward to seeing you. And maybe some people are angry at you for how you handled things, but you handled things all right and the best that anyone could. These people in the past, you know, they weren't completely honest with you. People think you're fun, attractive, have a great personality, and they like you. Don't hide away forever just because you're scared of what people think. People like you, and people are interested. And take the time you need to heal. It's okay that you are in this limbo, and eventually I'm kind of feeling like you're gonna just need to cry. You're gonna need to, if you're really trying not to cry and just being strong, eventually, and that you gotta let the tears flow and flow out until you heal and until you're feeling open again, and it's gonna be okay. Okay? And I hope that that reading resonated with you in some way. My heart goes out to you. These things aren't easy. Yeah, they're not easy, but it's just life. And eventually you'll put down this burden of whatever happened here with these not so kind and not so mature people. So, all right, pile number 5. See you next time. Welcome to the final pile. Pile number 6. Welcome to your Taurus season love reading. For all my Tauruses here, it has been interesting. You guys have been really lovely to read for. The energy is completely different than in the Aries reading, so it's been interesting. It's been kind of very refreshing. So if you chose this, what does this say? What is his name? Oh my gosh, what is his name? The sun god. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Why? Eros? No? Yes? Oh my gosh, it'll come to me. If you chose this Greek god of sunlight, I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. Super attractive. Then this is your reading. There is no easy way when the pain comes from the heart. Okay, starting off strong. Key. Birch rod. And from the Patch Tarot, we've got Resh, the sun, illumination. Beautiful. 3 of Cups in reverse. The Hangman in reverse. The Fool in reverse. King of Cups. The Fool in reverse again. Got that twice. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Swords in reverse. 6 of Wands in reverse. And the 4 of Wands. Wow. Wow. I'm feeling like you're very attractive. I don't know why I'm getting the vibe that maybe you're a homosexual male. You might. I'm so sorry if you're offended by that. I'm not really. There's no gender here. It's just the first time that that's come through. Maybe there's some same-sex attraction happening here. Maybe you're coming out of a time of punishing yourself for how you love. And really with Key, I'm feeling like there's going to be a message that's going to help you unlock something here with maybe where you're feeling blocked. I'm just feeling like you're very attractive, very, your light shines so bright, and maybe everybody sees that, and you just attract people to you, but you're really going through healing here. It seems like there was like a falling out, and you're coming out of a hangman phase where you had to just kind of sit and assess. And now, maybe you feel a little bit embarrassed, like very actually embarrassed, not a little bit, with the Fool in reverse twice coming up. Maybe you feel very embarrassed about what went down before this reading. I do see love here. I do see someone interested. I don't know if you're thinking about a specific person, but there's a nice King of Cups, someone emotionally deep and like a very nice person here with a lot of depth. Might be looking to talk to you, to get something going here with you. But I'm thinking that maybe there's some low self-esteem coming from your end, out of this embarrassment of whatever situation happened here that fell apart with us socially, or maybe in a place where there was drinking and maybe some irresponsible actions. I don't know, maybe you've been punishing yourself though. Been punishing yourself too much about whatever it is you regret of whatever fell apart here. You went through a time where you really just like sat out, thought about it, felt embarrassed about it, really assessed and really got a better understanding about what happened. Like maybe you even like thought about it a little bit too much, you know, beat that dead horse a little bit much, but you know, we can do that. That's just life. We do that. Maybe you felt super embarrassed, feeling low self-esteem. Maybe it drained you of your resources. Maybe you came out of this past situation kind of feeling empty-handed, and maybe there were some cut ties here and some ended relationships. I just want you to not lose hope though, because there is so much going for you, and I feel like you know that. People are very interested. You really shine. You really do. And with the Four of Wands, there's potential to build and grow with this person. That could be something very stable. Let's figure out your I Ching number 45. Let's figure out what that says. I Ching number 45. Above lake, below earth, lake upon the earth, the vessel of community. Yeah, I do see community here, and maybe that's where some of the embarrassment, maybe this is community is where your love interest is. Maybe you're very charismatic, outgoing, maybe you're the life of the party, maybe you're the center of attention and you have a big friend group or a big community here. Water running freely over the earth does not attain the depth of the lake with its constraints. In the same way, people are stronger when they are gathered together within the vessel of community. A shared history adds depth to their connection, and they are unified through the honoring of ancestors and traditions. Such a spiritual life cannot be easily dissolved. Maybe this is your church family, temple family, you know, people in your community. Maybe you've had some surface level relationships, some maybe more immature relationships that taught you things, and that maybe they were kind of getting deeper, you thought, but not as deep as what you would want with this person. There is a person here that sees you, that is attracted to you. Maybe you know who I'm talking about, who would offer more depth than this past situation, this past cycle where there's no easy way when pain comes from the heart. Yeah, I just feel like you really are hurt by a current community where you got hurt. Yeah, and just things are not the same as they were before, but there is potential here, and there is a key here there's potential locked within you that is about to unlock. Like, I think that you're really just at the precipice of the very next phase of your life with new, just like this thing that happened is, I'm feeling almost like, you know, when you graduate high school and then life changes after that, or you move from like a youth group into the older college group. I'm just feeling like there's something here where this is natural and it sucks, but you're going to be, I know it's embarrassing, but you're going to move on. You're going to move on. Amethyst. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Transformation, certainty, confidence. Maybe you're Jewish. I don't know, I'm getting like a spiritual community here. You're going to meet this person, if you haven't yet, in a group of people with a shared interest, maybe some class, maybe a specific community sport or something. You're very, your love life is looking up. You are very noticeable, and things are just going to be opening. With the amethyst, I feel that, and the key, I feel that you are seriously like just about to be activated and opening in this new phase of your life of transformation, certainty, and confidence. Like as soon as you get hooked up with this new group or whatever it is, it's gonna take off, and there is definitely someone here interested. Let's get some messages. You're just at the precipice of that next thing, and yeah, like you're gonna be fine. This is gonna pass. The embarrassment, you're gonna forget about it. Yeah, don't blame yourself. Yeah, don't blame yourself. I'm not really sure what happened there. What can I do? Confusion. Maybe you're feeling confused, and that's part of why there's embarrassment. Maybe you haven't fully processed whatever happened. Stubborn. I won't admit it. Spirituality. I treat everyone like this. Seems like you were treated unfairly, and maybe some of the blame and some of the... I feel like this is a church group or something like that with spirituality. Maybe some people didn't treat you right, this friend group, some stubborn people, mother, maybe a family, type B, maybe you're a type B person, or maybe the person interested in you is a type B person. Religion, beliefs, yeah. I'm feeling like you're in this transformative time where you're developing your spirituality, the community that you want to be in. You had some stubborn people, some people not treat you so well, and maybe some of that embarrassment and blame was put on you too much. And maybe you don't see that you're so shining, and you're okay, and everything wasn't your fault, and things are going to move forward. And whoever this person is, be it a new person, a current person, you don't need to blame yourself so much about what happened in the past. Things are changing for you, things are looking up, and you definitely have potential, and it's just about to unlock for you to build something, if you want, even a family, a home with someone. So hopefully when some of these messages meant something to you, please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.